Hello and welcome back to part 2 of Winterfell's painting tutorial with Howard Lee. I'm glad you stuck with us from the first one, and we'll continue where we left off. So here we are again with the palette knife, adding more white, more snow if you want to call it snow, and just picking up under the darker areas from the field separation, which will be little trees, bushes, shrubbery at some point. So just filling in the space, but not filling it in uniformly, a bit haphazard like, so as snow would be, melting snow. But what we don't want to see is any canvas left underneath. A little bit of blend, picking up little bits of the blues, greys that we put down earlier, and getting some defined full white areas, so give it a little bit of contrast. I'm sorry if my elbow keeps getting in the way. I'm going to have to work on a better camera angle for the next tutorials, but please bear with me. This is my first time ever giving a painting tutorial. So again, a little bit there on the field separation, it's just pure white. If you pick up too much colour, clean your knife. And now defining some contours on the hillside, imagining where the snow would collect in real life as it's melted or drifted, and defining areas between the foreground mountain and the background one, giving it a little bit of separation. Don't go overboard, you just want hints of. Again, my elbow's in the way, I can only apologise. So we're filling in the canvas now, working on the fields and defining lines where the snow would collect more down at the base of the mountains. Little highlights picked in the distance and on the distant mountain. So it jumped a bit, then I think I actually got knocked by a small terrier who happens to be running about there. But we will persevere. Again, definition between the foreground and the background mountains. So, as with the other side, more contours shaping the mountain. As I'm putting a slight little bit on the background mountain there, just a hint, so you can get the impression that it's there. It would be hazy in real life, so we need it hazy on the painting. Oh, there he is. He's always getting under my feet. Right, now back to our base colours, and just adding little flecks where grass, shrubbery pokes through. Now flicking the brush, just the tip of the brush, to create a hedgerow line. You're not looking for any accuracy, you're just trying to give an impression of there's a hedgerow there separating the fields. So it's around the tip of the brush. Keep wiping it, you don't want to be bringing too much white into it. So it's a little colour in the snow, trying to define sort of wet snow on the left hand side, where it's part snow, part water, part field, and on the edges of the path there, just little bits. Right, I decided the sky was too light, so it needs darkening up again, so I'm picking up more Payne's Grey, a little bit of blue. So we're darkening the left hand side and in the distance down at the valley. top of the mountain there, just again flicking up with the tip of the brush, giving the illusion that there is trees. Blending a little now, so it will be picking up the white. Again, extending that. And back to the white again. Don't be afraid to go over things. It's all about layers. So where possibly I put too much colour, now we're back to the white again, defining the edges of the path. But again, this is very rough. You don't want straight lines. There's no real straight lines in nature. It's all broken up. And continuing the white, picking out the peaks of the mountain top. Just study as you go along. Take your time. There's no rush. Just looking for little areas that may have been missed, or where I think it may require a little bit more snow along the path. Now it builds up at the side once it's been well trodden. A little bit in the centre of the path, so it's like a little farm track really, so tractors would be up and down it, and they'd leave a ridge of snow in the middle. So it's only giving the illusion. So a little bit where you think it needs it. A little bit more snow on the background mountain, some more on the main peak. And let's get that snow blended in. So it's the back to the paintbrush. A little bit misty above the mountain there. Blending the snow so it's not too definite. We don't want it definite in the background, more definite in the foreground. I'm sorry, there's a motorbike outside while I'm recording the audio. And just have a blend again. And just a little bit of colour where you think it needs. It's use your own judgment. Let's put a bit more in the sky again. I thought it was too light, so I needed some more dark in the sky. Again, probably more Payne's grey than blue. Just at the top. And back to the big blending brush, make sure it's clean before you do this. And lightly dust, blend, fade in. Remember to keep it clean, only go so long if you're picking up too much paint. Like that. Foggy in the top of the mountain. As on a day like this you wouldn't see it clearly. So pull in the dark from the left over to the right. Anyway you think needs a little blending, don't be afraid. But keep cleaning the brush. All you're doing is wiping it with paper towels. And this is a 3-inch brush that I'm using at this time to do the to blend in with. Just get very dry. Oops, the hair. That's the only trouble when you use decorating brushes. Hairs do tend to come off, so watch out for those. I'm just picking it out with the palette knife, and then I'll give it a quick blend over. You won't see where it was. At this point, you really should be starting to think, have I done enough? Does it need anything else? And I thought it needed a little bit more definite cloud on the right hand side, but that was my choice. You may make a different choice. If all ended up the same painting, life would be very boring. A little blend over again. I think we're almost there. So it's knowing when to stop. Got to take your time and stand back, look at the painting. Does it require any more? Yes, no, maybe. As artists, it's always a tricky one. I think I'm maybe getting close. Oh no, I spotted something else. Just a little blend across the path. There's always little touching up to do. It's yep, I'm reasonably happy. And obviously not. No, I needed to do a little bit more blending where the path turns. These are just minor things. I think we must be about there, like that. Oh, I spotted. Just to bring back the trees on the hillside again. I must have blended them a little too much, so I'm going to bring those back out. I think that we'll do it after we've done this. Only you will know when you're happy with the painting. And that's it. I'm glad you stuck with us through part 2, and I hope you create beautiful paintings as well. It's easy, don't be too hard on yourself, and I hope to do many more tutorials in the future, so thank you for sticking with this, and we can only improve. Thank you. Have a good day.